Welcome back to the How to Play 1438 series. In this video we are going to be doing Make Cancer, aka the crab level. Hold on, I minimize something. There we go. So this is the first real constellation level, in quotes, that we're doing. And the constellation levels are a little bit different because instead of a goal size, you have a goal number of constellation objects. So you can see we have objects collected and constellation object on the pause screen there. In this level, of course, the constellation object is crabs. Anything that is a crab will count towards that. And the goal is 10 crabs, which doesn't actually show up in the level anywhere. So I put that on my splits. I'll put like Cancer parentheses 10 to remember how many of the objects I need. And that's a good idea because you might forget and like think it's something that it's not and then have to replay the level. That has happened to me before. I think I thought I needed like 10 less swans than I did on Cygnus. Yeah, but 10 is pretty low for this one, so you don't really need to worry about it too much. So once again, we're going to be playing all of these levels twice to get the cousins. So the first time we play the level will be where we get most of the objects we need on the level. And that is so we can do the item check later and make sure that we got everything we need before we play it the second time. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to boost out of here, and when you boost you want to get the spider there. It's not too hard to get, but I missed it there. And now if you pick up this onigiri in the Gulf hole there, all of these crabs will walk out. That is the cousin there also, but pretend that's not there since this is the first playthrough. And you can get all those crabs. Next up, we need to get a wallet, one of these little purse-looking wallets. And then we want to head this way through the scissors, get some of the scissors, get some of the tomatoes, and oh, I don't have the size for persimmons written down. But you want to get enough tomatoes to be able to pick up the persimmons. And then we're going to pick up like all the persimmons to make sure we're big enough. We're going to get the wind chimes. We're going to get some of these sprayers. We're going to get toothpaste and toothbrush. Ow. Normally we get that mask later, so I'll just have to remember that. And at this point we can start getting the red crabs. Do we get the... Yeah, so at some point during this level you want to get the red crabs that have the Oni mask, which you can see there is this red one, and the Hyotoko mask, which is the one I already picked up. Yeah, see it right there. So just make sure you get those at some point. So our goal here is to get to 39 centimeters from the red crabs. And then once you get to 39 centimeters, you can come over here and grab these old magazines. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah. And then after that, you want to get the cubbies that are circling the yard in these book stands. That's just for size. Next up, we're going to head over to the laundry area, which is over here. I also just picked up the red crab with the fruit basket. You do want to get that at some point during the level. Now over here we want to get the detergent. We want to get dishwashing liquid, which is this green bottle here. We want to get hairbrush, which is on the ground. There are two of them here. We want to get hair dryer, which is over here. And getting the coconut crabs is a good idea here because we are going to need to be pretty big. Jelly donut, yeah. Where was I? Sponge. You can get sponge here. I think we get sponge also on Megastar 4 though, so you don't necessarily need that. And yeah, just get like as many crabs as possible really, for size. You can go up here and get that one. You also want to get the magazine that the Daruma was reading. Okay, so at this point, if you haven't already, you want to get the crab with the fruit basket on his head, as well as the ones with the masks. And then you want to get the coconut crabs, which are the green ones here, as well as these ladles, and then this one over here. After you do that, we are going to go grab the cubby who is riding on the horseshoe crab. Where'd it go? Ah! He juked me. Grab that. The horseshoe crabs are pretty important for getting big enough. Make sure I didn't miss anything. So on the porch, we're going to need to get one of the blue crabs if you don't have one already, and also the insect cage, which is the green. I just picked it up there. You can get the rest of those stuff on the porch if you want. You don't necessarily need it all though. After that, we're going to head inside the house. One thing I do want to point out actually is that I mentioned on Megastar 4 that you can get the Roach Motel on this level. You can see that that's right there. I don't like to get it here because it's kind of in a corner, so if you get too big, you won't be able to get it. If you are going to get it here, I recommend getting it pretty early, so you might have to reroute a little bit. There's also a home plate here. I don't think we get that here anymore though, but you can also get that here if you want. Can't hurt. Move my cursor. So in the house, we need to get like pretty much everything, that's going around the table. You want to be careful with the crab holding the TV as well as the crabs holding the door, because as soon as you pick them up, the thing that they're holding will stop moving. The lady here is sitting on a horseshoe crab. Grab that. Get these. Let's get the TV crab. And yeah, if it drops it in an awkward spot, that can be annoying. You want to get some of this stuff on the table, the shrimp sushi in particular. Maybe the chopsticks if you don't have that. And then there's a horseshoe crab over here that we want to grab, as well as the podium that he's on. And yeah, like I said, you can get the home plate if you want. There's also some dish rags in there. Now, after we get all that, we're big enough for the big spider crab who's running around in the yard. So grab him. You can grab some of his shoes if you want. And then we want to get the flower pots here, as well as some of the bricks. Now, the last thing we need to get in this level is the picture story show. Is that what it's called? Sounds wrong for some reason. That's what I've written down though. And that is 63 centimeters, 9 millimeters. You can see we're 61.7 right now, so we're not quite big enough. So the way that we're going to get big enough for that, and it is located up there, that green crab there, the coconut crab is standing on top of it. The way we're going to get big enough is we're going to go head up to those trees and bonk into them, and stuff is going to fall out. Now there are two ways to do this. I used to use these lanterns, which you have to wait for them to go down and then go to where they were and it'll push you up. But eventually I realized that, wait a minute, you can actually just go up this way. And that's probably a lot easier, so just do that. Now this tree, if you bonk into it, it's going to drop wash tubs. You can pick up some of those, and then this one will drop horseshoe crabs. Won't fall over there. No. I'll get the dog here. You can get the... I probably should have picked up the dog before I went up here, because that helps with size. I don't think you actually need it here, though, the doggy. Oh, one of them fell down here. Need a little bit more. More horseshoe crabs. There's one. And I guess you can get some of this stuff down here. Some fire hydrants. And then you pick up the story picture story show. There's also a flower pot there if you need more size. And as soon as you get that, you can end the level. Now, remember that from the introduction video, I mentioned that in vanilla Katamari, if you exit the constellation levels before the timer runs out, it will not save the items that you got. So unless you're playing with the mod, you have to just sit there and wait for the timer to run out. If you are playing with the RBA mod, you can just exit from the menu. I'm going to do that now, and you'll see it just throws me back to the home planet. So that is because I don't have the mod installed. If you do have the mod installed and you exit and you meet the goal size, it will send you to the normal end of a level screen where the king tells you how you did. And that's how you know the objects were saved. But again, I don't have the mod installed right now. But that is all of the objects you need there other than the cousin. So we're gonna play it again real quick and I'll show you how to get the cousin. Now, in order to get the cousin here, you actually want to pick up as little as possible. Like, don't pick up anything. If you get one crab, that's fine. But don't pick up anything and head over here. And the reason for that is that she is standing in the doorway here, which, if you have too much stuff, I think you can imagine what will happen there. It's not good. So you want to very carefully pick her up. There she is in Katamari. And then, again, the goal size for this level is 10 crabs. The easiest way to do that is to grab that thing, and then here they come. That's 9. So there's 8 in the doghouse, so if you get like 2 at the start, you'll have enough. Otherwise, you'll have to get 2 more out here, or 1 more. And then as soon as you have 10 crabs in the cousin, just go ahead and exit the level. And again, if you are not playing with the mod, you will not be able to exit the level. You'll have to wait for the 7 minutes to run out. So do that. And then also, since this is the second playthrough, make sure you get anything you missed on the first playthrough, which you will hopefully know about because of the item check in between. Yeah, but that is it for this level. So in the next video, we'll be moving on to the next constellation level, which is Cygnus. You can technically do them in any order, it doesn't really matter, but I like to do them in order from basically smallest to largest. So we'll be doing Cygnus next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.